Hello Earth Movers, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James and today we're going to be doing an overview of one of two new additions to the Kabolite lineup of RC construction vehicles. This is going to be the K5801 4x4 semi-tractor that comes in the same box as a 3-axle dump truck, and they are two separate pieces. Both have their own lipos, so the trailer itself can function on its own off of the transmitter. It's kind of versatile, but what's beautiful about these, they come in orange or gray. We're going to unbox the orange one here, but the gray is exactly the same, just the semi-truck's going to be gray versus orange. And also it's all metal, so that's what's awesome about this. It's a really durable machine that's going to be a nice complement to your RC construction space. So, you know, everybody needs a dump truck. If you have an excavator or you have an earth mover of some sort, you got to put that dirt somewhere, take it somewhere. So picking up a nice dump truck will do it. So before we continue on, let's go over the features and then we'll pull this thing out of the box. So as I said before, this is a realistic 1/14 scale 4x4 tractor with the 3-axle dump truck trailer. So that's authentic construction site operation. You know, you could take the tractor for other things. You can leave the trailer by itself while your excavator's loading, come pick it up, things like that. Really, really fun and different from some of the other dump trucks we have on the site. Next, you have an electric lifting dump bed. That's going to give you smooth, powerful unloading with a dedicated onboard battery power. So again, you got two lithium-ion batteries in this box, a 5,000 milliamp for the tractor and a 3,000 milliamp for the dump truck part. The tractor itself has a 2-speed transmission, so you got low gear torque for your hauling and then high gear for speed getting to the job site. This model comes with integrated light and sound systems. So you got LED work lights, the engine sounds, backup alerts, all those sounds you expect to see on a work truck, as well as the LEDs. Now speaking back on the durability, heavy duty metal chassis on this one and metal drivetrain components. So you're gonna get long-term use out of this under some pretty considerable loads. You have high traction multi-terrain tires on scale wheels for dependable performance on dirt, gravel, pavement, you name it. The articulated tractor trailer connection also gives you that realistic maneuvering through tight spaces and any job site layout you might have. And then just looking around the truck, you have a lot of beautiful scale exterior details. Mirrors, rails, trailer hardware, you name it, it's going to be on this Kabolite truck. And lastly, again, as I said, this is ready to run. Fully ready to run. Not only do you get the 2 lithium-ion batteries inside, you got your transmitter, but they also supply 4 AA batteries for you. So it really is pull out of the box, charge it up, and get moving Earth. All right, let's take this baby out of the box and see what we got. Now, I already opened it just to charge the batteries up, so I got a peek at it, but then I put it all back the way it was when you pull it out. But I will say this model is pretty darn heavy, so just be careful with it when you, you know, when you take it around. You got some weight to it. But I push it out from one side, makes it a little easier. And you'll see it's just all white foam. So once you remove the box, you're gonna see it comes taped completely around. So just cut the tape on the seam and the box is gonna separate from the middle like so. And you're gonna unveil everything you need in one shot. Let me spin this around for you. Take a peek. Boxed up really nicely, and again, all metal, so it is pretty heavy. But everything's wrapped up in plastic that you see. Nice, you know, really packaged well, so you shouldn't see any damage or anything based on the way this thing is boxed. But pulling it all out, first and foremost, we have our beautiful Fly Sky transmitter. Now that's going to be all bound up. And again, they include the 4 AA batteries that you're going to put in there in a little bit. So move that out. First and foremost, let's take out the tractor itself. Again, 14 scale. Now this is the orange color. This tractor will come in gray if you want the gray version. The orange really pops nice. Let's just pull that plastic off and you can see absolutely beautiful detail on that model. Nice tires, nothing you really have to do to it. Looks like we're just gonna have to put on a couple minor accessories, but nothing, you know, nothing too crazy. For the most part, it's good to go. Then taking out the dump truck itself, this is where a lot of the weight is in the dump truck. Let me put that down, get rid of the foam, and then we'll peel the plastic back on the dump truck itself. Now you'll see all your accessories, your manual, everything was right loaded in the dump bed, nicely wrapped in foam. We'll get to that in a second. Just Just get the plastic off of this. But absolutely stunning. Got wheel chocks loaded up. You can use those if you need, just to make your sight look really nice. But check that out, all metal, fully metal on the inside. Absolutely gorgeous in there. Love the tires on it, the 3 axles. And again, the chocks on both sides, so they just have the chocks here. But really cool, those are rubber. Those will be nice, but just looking around it, absolutely gorgeous. So now taking a look at our accessories, let's see what we got. So it looks like right off the bat, take this out, and we got some decals. So it looks like 3 sets of decals, some Kabolite ones. And again, this isn't based on anything, anything real. So most of the part it's license plates and then Kabolite things if you want to put them on there. But then looks like some accessories for the cab if you want to put inside and some other locations. Again, the manual, then taking a peek inside our accessory bin. This is all that's coming inside. So again, you have some grates for the front. You're going to cover the lights. Looks like you got your horns up top. We got a rear view mirror for the passenger door. We got some metal parts that we'll have to check the manual, see what they're for. Got a little tool, little lug wrench. We got another little tool, which looks like a hex driver. Yep. That's going to be for any of the, they give you a tool for anything you might need to tighten or loosen. You also have a European plug for the charger, but the charger itself also comes with the American plug inside as well. So either or. And you've got the charger here, which is ready to go. That'll help charge up your batteries. The last accessory, again, another piece, all metal. This looks like a little platform that's going to go, I believe this goes on the back of the truck itself. So guy needs to get up there to get access into the dump truck, but that's all metal, really nice. Then you have your batteries. So this is going to be the 3000 milliamp 2S lithium ion. That's going to be for the dump truck itself. And then the bigger 5000 milliamp lithium ion 2 cell is going to be for the tractor. And then there's your set of 4 AA batteries for your transmitter. So there you go. That's everything laid out, taken out of all the bags, everything that comes with the Kabolite K5801. So now let's put it together and then we'll plug it in and check it out. First thing we did is you're going to see a baggie with 2 metal brackets and a lot of little metal hex screws and bolts. That's what the tool is for, and that's to put on the walking path for the dump truck. That assembles via bracket, so I believe it's 8 screws on each side for a total of 16 screws, 4 on each side from the bracket to the walking path itself, then 8 screws, 4 on each side to attach it then to the dump truck. And that just gives it that little extra scale realism to it, which is really nice. Again, those pieces are all metal. Next, we put our horns on, the plastic pieces up top. I use a little bit of foam tack. They don't click in. You also put the grates on in front of the lights. Those, again, just use a little dab of foam tack is what I use. And then you got the rear view mirror or the side view mirror on the passenger side. That goes on. And then again, I just use some of the decals. There's no rhyme or reason to how. I definitely put on the license plates because they look nice. I put the Kabolite power sticker on the side. And then I put some of these chrome decals they have for the side of the cab, which look really nice. The 5801 4x4 and a little silver Kabolite picture logo on the cab. Just gives it a nice little pop, but I really like that. Now, as far as loading the batteries for each of them, first let's start with the dump truck. Underneath the dump truck itself, you're going to see there is a little hatch underneath right here where the battery will go in. You'll see when you drop this door, comes out nicely. There's a little plug there, plug in your battery, tuck your battery away, and that goes in nicely there. And then underneath as well, you will see an on-off switch. So when you are ready, that's where we're going to power this baby on. Then on our tractor or our semi-truck cab, the back of the cab, it's actually really easy. You could just lift this up, just give it a little bit of force. There's 2 little metal clips, little tabs. You don't want to bend those. They just apply enough pressure to lock it in when you're ready to close it. But when you open it, you lift that up, and that's where you're going to put your 5000 milliamp 2S LiPo. You can strap it in nicely with the Velcro, tuck away the wires, and then you'll see on the driver's side, there is your on-off switch. So that's how we're gonna turn this baby on here in a second. And then, as I said, the 4 included AA batteries went in the back of the transmitter, and we are ready to go. So let's get this baby fired up. So first things first, I'm gonna put all the switches in the up position. If you don't, the transmitter will let you know. Push and hold the power button, and there we go. We're turned on here. First thing I'm going to turn on is the cab itself. Turn it on, and sometimes you'll see the lights. If you leave the lights on when you turn the power switch off, that means the lights will be on when you turn it back on, but you can cycle them. There's a couple different lighting ways to go with this. I've done the cab, so now the truck is armed, ready to go. Let's turn on the dump truck itself. That's a little switch on the bottom, and we are turned on here. And now let's put them both together. So first things first, steering is going to be done on the right stick. There is up and down on this stick is going to do the dump truck bed. So down is bring it up. You see that nice all metal arm. Let's see how high it goes, and look at all that durable metal. Oh wow, that's a nice extension on that back cab. This is going to open under pressure. So right now it'll be loose, but obviously if you have a load in the back of the trailer nice, that's going to, it'll dump it there. So then when you go up on that, on the left stick, you're going to see it's going to bring it all the way back down. That's nice in scale too. I like the speed on that. Let's bring that bed all the way back down. Beautiful, nice and flush. Now on the right stick, the left stick, looking at it for you, forward is going to drive our truck forward, and I believe we are in drive speed 1, so this is going to be the slower speed. I'll put it in high speed when we bring it outside, but you can hear some of the noises there. At least you got the backup noise when you back up the car. But now we're going to cycle some of the switches and show you more features. All right, now as far as your switches on the top, the very right switch, the SWD switch, that's going to cycle through your lights. So you've got 4 different light options on the model. As you cycle them, you will see the lights on the front. Some of them will just do the headlights. It'll turn off. Some of them will add the floodlights, and then another switch will add the top lights. So it's nice to see that light package on this model. Now moving to the SWC switch, that's going to be what turns on and cycles your sound. So right now I have the volume all the way down. I'm going to turn the volume all the way up, so that's moving in a clockwise manner. So when you get there, it only goes so far. Volume's all the way turned up. Now we're going to power the sound on. Turn it to the middle, and you're going to hear the engine start up. Now if you want the horn, you push down on that switch, and that'll give you the horn. You could bring it back up and it'll stay on. If I go down to the middle one more time, then it'll power. You're still armed, so you can still move the truck. It doesn't turn anything off, but just so you know, that's how the cycling works. So you bring it back up, go back down to the middle, and you get that engine roaring sound. And then you can hear the engine purr as you drive it. And there you go. So you hear that nice engine rumble. I'm going to bring the sound back down, and now the sound is off. Now on some models, the SWB switch, there's another version of this where the metal legs would work on the SWB switch, but they do not on this version. So these are going to be manual. The legs, you pull these down, sort of like the double eagle flatbed trailer I did. You can lift up the model, you can pull down, they lock in position. So if you want to just have it fixed there while your tractor's doing something else, and then when you want to bring it back down, you push on these 2 latches, and it's spring loaded. So that'll hold the weight of it. But for the most part, it looks to lay pretty flat. You might not even need those, but the SWB switch won't do anything. And then the SWA switch, that's going to be your high and low gear on the model. So when it's up, you're going to be in low gear, and when it's down, you're in high gear. And so that'll do it for the transmitter. So taking a look at it, again, an absolutely beautiful package. Now let's bring it outside and play with it. So right off the bat, having it outside, you can really see the beauty she is. As far as some of the other dump trucks that I've done, we've done a lot recently. This is probably the most scale detailed, and I do love, again, that you're getting a separate dump truck is separate from the tractor. So buying this package, you can use the tractor for anything else since it does have that fifth wheel. You know, you could latch it onto anything. It's going to match up with some of our Double Eagle 14 scale products. It'll match up with any other 14 scale tractor trailers, which is really, really nice for you. So you could sort of leave it there and just have some fun with your excavator dumping off into that metal bed. Again, we paired it up with one of our 14 scale excavators here, and we're just, you know, loading it up as a dump truck should with some dirt and some rocks and things like that, driving it around, dumping it off in a new spot. But all around, it can really haul. So the bed itself can handle at least 33 pounds. That's what the manual says. I think you could get away with even more if you need to, which is really nice. But when you get that bed filled up, you know, it takes some time to fill it up with one excavator, but getting it filled up, driving around on a full load, it can haul it. The tractor itself has good power behind it. You know, it's nice to hear that sound too. The sound roars, really sounds nice. The lights look good on it. All around, pretty impressive model. One of the most impressive dump trucks we have here at Motion RC. Now remember, you can have it with the orange cab or the gray cab, but everything else about the model is going to be exactly the same aside from the color. And all around, I really dig this Kabolite K5801. So there you have it, guys. That's going to do it for our overview video on the fantastic Kabolite K5801 4x4 all-metal dump truck with the included dump bed, the semi-tractor with the dump truck bed. All around, absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. We try to help out as best we can here, but you can always contact Motion RC customer service as well if you have any questions about your purchase. As far as this video, guys, we thank you so much for watching. So if you could, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video. Always helps us out YouTube-wise. But as we always say, if you really want to help out Motion RC, the heck with YouTube, head over to motionrc.com, pick up a Kabolite 4x4 dump truck, pick up any of the other products we have, because we've got it all, man. RC planes, cars, boats, tanks, trucks, you name it, we've got it at Motion RC. We're so happy to serve you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.